Hi, welcome to our next Zoom video for language and literacy development. And this is just a quick start to get you oriented to Chapter 1, which is called The Foundations of Early Literacy. Now, you'll see on my lecture notes that I try to give you a little warm up by saying what I hope the objectives are. What are you going to learn from this chapter? And then I think it's so smart to gain a deep understanding of the language of your discipline. And for many of you, it's the world of education. And so for each chapter, I'll have a list of terms that I think are important. These are terms that I'll want you to use in your journal uh, uh, assignments. And so get to know these terms. So I would suggest that you copy off these lectures, use them, and have them ready as you're getting ready to do your assignments. So the foundations of early literacy, this chapter kind of sets the stage for the whole rest of the semester. We talk a little bit about how, literacy begins at birth. Literacy meaning speaking, listening. Actually, I should flip it. Listening, speaking, reading, and writing. These will emerge from a child naturally. Um, the reading and writing, there'll be additional skills that'll be taught by parents, caregivers, and teachers that will help that student shift over from being kind of a emergent reader to more of a traditional reader and writer. So this chapter, we start out a little bit on some of the language sounds, and I have some links. What are some of the sounds that a newborn baby might make, and how is that child communicating? A toddler. Uh, it's so amazing to watch that growth and what is communicated between baby and adult, and how over a very short period of time it turns into language. So there's a very important video. I felt it was important, and this is one of your assignments, the TED Talk video, Why Are Words Important? And I think that as we progress on this journey in this course, we want to remember that there's been an awful lot of research done in this area. It's not just adults like myself saying, oh, this is good practice. This pedagogy, this teaching is based on research. I talk a little bit in this lecture about how back in the 1960s, Head Start really set the pathway for providing more of a universal opportunity for all children to have a preschool experience. And out of that, we now have, at least in New York State and many other states, UPK. So those early years are so important for the growth of language development. So universal pre-K 3 and pre-K 4. I also touch upon in this lecture the National Association of the Education of Young Children. And for those of you that are in the early childhood program, you spend a lot of time talking about that. They are the experts in the field. They are the ones that set the philosophy and the standards, and that's what helps guide our program. So we talk about NACI in this chapter too. Again, we're going to go into more detail later in the course, but we talk about core literacy skills. What is vocabulary development? What is phonological awareness? What is phonemic awareness? What's the difference between phonological awareness and phonemic awareness? Alphabet knowledge, print awareness. And some of these things you might have kind of a general understanding, but putting these pieces together, especially in the progression of a child's development, you can see how they really do make sense. Another piece that we'll be talking about throughout the course is assessment. What is authentic assessment? How do we as teachers view the growth of the child and also assess needs. It may be that at an early age, intervention opportunities are available to help move a student forward with their speech development. So, assessment. So again, chapter 1, Foundations of Early Literacy. It's almost a sprinkling of all the things we're going to talk about throughout the rest of the course, but enjoy reading it. And I will do another Zoom video that kind of goes into a little bit more detail about the expectations of the assignments for this chapter. So enjoy the chapter.